Welcome to the 2023 interview series. I'm Sabrina Schottenhamel, and I have my friend here with me, Tina. So welcome, Tina. Thank you for
Thank
joining me
you.
today.
Thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be on here with you.
Yay! So go ahead and introduce yourself and then let the audience know how we met.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tina Goyzueta, the CEO of the Wandering Virtual Assistant, and I'm just really excited to be here with Sabrina. We met, I think it was like June or July of last year through Shayna. Sabrina was looking for a virtual assistant, and I applied for the job, and we just really clicked. And yeah, it's been just connecting and being her virtual assistant has been really fun for the past 6 or 7 months now.
Yeah. I remember when I started working with Shayna probably in December of 21. I think that's when we started working together, and we started getting to know each other, and then all of a sudden I felt like we were in a good flow, and she said, well, my business is shifting, and I was like, no. And of course she said that she had some recommendations, which I was really happy about. And I think your name was one of the first ones on there. And she had made the recommendation for your, well, like 5 or 6 people, but website, Instagram, Facebook, whatever information she had for people. And I remember clicking on yours, and yours just was very brand. The brand was very, I'm trying to think, what was the word I'm looking for? You had a good brand, colors and everything was very uniform. I think that's the word I was looking for. And so, I looked on yours, and then I clicked on the other ones, and I reached out to a couple people and met with them. But yeah, like you said, we got on Zoom and we just clicked right away. And then in learning about each other even more, we have so many more things in common, like, healthy eating and the foods that we eat and the foods that we or recipes that we share. So yeah, it's really cool how Shayna introduced us and how fate just brought us together.
Yeah, I really love that. And it's really fun working with you and how we just randomly will find common interests, like whether we're like researching for like a post or just like something you post. I'm like, oh, I actually really like that too. I think that's just really cool, like how we kind of like grown our relationship over the past couple of months.
Mm-hmm. And that's not the only thing we have in common. We are also introverts.
Yes.
Right?
And I
So
love that we're doing our networking for introverts.
yes. Yeah. So I run a networking for introverts call the third Thursday of every month. I started that in October of 2021. And it's a safe place that I've created over Zoom so that people like Tina in Florida, or I have someone else in Arizona, and people all around Illinois as well. But we've even had someone sign on from, I think it was Europe one time. So we've gone international at some point. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I've created a safe place for introverts to come together. We learn about each other, we network with each other, and we are able to take steps to becoming the introverted leader that we're meant to be. So yeah, Tina's been on my calls, and yeah, it's just been fun to get to know Tina in that way too.
Yeah. And I really love for the networking for introverts, just getting to hear like when you have the guest speakers, that's really fun. I don't remember the gentleman's name, but he had us do those brain exercises. That
Oh
was just
yeah.
really fun. So it's nice to like meet people and then just hear other people's perspectives. So I think that's really cool when you have those guest speakers on too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need to find a couple more guest speakers. And that was John Kennedy that did the brain training. Yeah,
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it's called combat brain training. Yeah.
yeah.
So those
That
were
was just
really
really cool.
cool. And I actually found the printout that he shared with us. Of course, I haven't practiced it, but I thought, oh, I found the worksheets. I should really practice the brain training because it helps with, you know, I guess quicker thinking, more strategy and things like that. So yeah, I should really implement that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right, Tina, the next question I want to ask you are, what are your passions?
Yeah, so I have a couple different passions. My first one would be my business, being a virtual assistant, or I kind of really call myself more like a content manager at this point. I really just love like supporting business owners and just helping them with like their social media and websites and their newsletters and stuff like that. But I guess like outside of my little business world, because sometimes I feel like I'm like so focused on my business, I'm like, oh yeah, like I do have all these other things that I enjoy. I really love reading. It's just like something I like to do when I have free time, and it's just like a way to de-stress. And then I also love being outside. Living in Florida, I'm very lucky to have a lot of sunshine. I mean, we get like the occasional hurricanes, but besides the hurricanes, I really love being outside and like getting moving and like going swimming and just like really being really active. And then I also love healthy eating, like we mentioned before, especially eating like plant-based products and trying new recipes. I'm always like constantly like trying new recipes I find on the internet, or just like if I've been like too lazy and haven't gone to the grocery store, I like seeing what can I throw together. And then sometimes it'll be like a really good meal. My husband will be like, write that one down. Like we have to try that one again. Like we've been really into like rice bowls, like rice and veggie and tofu, like whatever. Like I like to say they're like the clean out the pantry type of meals. So yeah, I'm passionate about that, and I'm just like passionate about like helping people and getting to know people. I think like we all have stories to tell, and just getting to know people is something I really like, and that's kind of like with us moving into an RV. I guess being like an RVer is another passion. Is getting to know people like as we move around the country is something I'm really excited about, because I think sometimes it's easy, excuse me, to go about our days and kind of like get into these routines, but I want to like be able to take a moment just to like see how people are doing and get to know people's stories, even if you might like never see them ever again. Just like say a quick hello that might make somebody's like entire day. It's kind of like that when I was just talking, I was thinking about how you sometimes send out those white hearts like when you're praying for people, and that for some reason just popped into my head. I just like really love that you do that, because I think sometimes like it's hard for us to take a moment to say, hey, I'm like really struggling, but then like when the Lord is like placed your name on somebody's heart, I think that's just like really cool that you do that. So that was kind of like a huge tangent all in one, but I'm very passionate about a lot of things. I tend to word vomit, so I'm sorry about that. But yeah, that's a little bit about me and all the many things that I love.
That's so cool. I love that. And I love that you're able to have your RV and now start to travel around, and you have your base home, or your home base because you have an RV, but everything travels with you. That is the coolest
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, we're definitely really excited to get going and see all the amazing things that the country has to offer, and still have all of our stuff in the comforts of our home, which is like something that I really love. Like having my own bed and somewhere
Mhm.
for our cat to like roam around and call hers too. We're very excited. Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. All right. So the next thing I want to ask you is, how did you get into this line of work?
Yeah, so I guess I'll like back up. Like before I did this, I was my husband and I were foster parents at two different group homes in Florida. We did that for several years, and it was great, and I absolutely loved it. And there would be like points where we would be living at these group homes, and we would be like taking care of like 11 or 12 kids at a time, which was a lot. And I kind of unfortunately, like during the pandemic, the foster care industry changed, and my husband and I left and decided we wanted to work for ourselves. And at first I did try to apply. I have a master's degree in clinical psychology, so I was trying to like find like jobs in that field so I could put my degree to use. But the pandemic was like a horrible time to leave your job and trying to get a new job somewhere. I applied to over 100 jobs, and nothing was like really clicking. And then I just kind of started researching, like, start your own business. I tried to become a blogger. I didn't do very well at that. Like, I don't think I was consistent enough to like keep blogging. So then like the articles for virtual assistant kept popping up. I was like, oh, I can do that. Like, I'm very organized. I'm good at social media, and it just like kind of like slowly started, like everything started falling into place. I had like friends who have businesses that wanted help, so that's kind of where the wandering virtual assistant 2 years ago now like came into place, and it's like morphed a lot from in like the past 2 years. But yeah, I really love it. I love being able to like help business owners with like those like time sucking tasks is what I like to call it. And yeah, so that's like kind of how a little bit about my business and how it came about. And I just really love it and like love working for myself. I don't think I could ever go back to like a corporate America type job. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
having your own business it's challenging, but having the flexibility, especially with you now being able to travel and your husband works remotely too. So it just gives you the freedom and flexibility to move and travel and do the things that you want to do, work when you want to work and take off time when you want to take off time.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying it's like all like sunshine and rainbows. There's like
So,
days where I work like 13, 14 hours. Like I'm sure, there's like days where it's like when it rains, it pours, like every like little possible thing that can go wrong goes wrong with all these different things, especially when ever social media breaks down. Like last year, I think it was like social media was inaccessible for like a whole day. And then like with the algorithm changing, I'll have days when like Instagram changes, I have to like figure out like a whole new plan for like my clients. But yeah, I do love that. Like if I'm having a bad day, I can sleep in, or if I just want to go to the pool, I can work later at nighttime. I tend to be a night owl for sure when it comes to my work. Like I don't know if you ever know, sometimes it'll be like 11 o'clock at night and it'll be like Tina's messaging you, and
yep.
but that's what works for me. But and then I'm like, oh well, you can get back to me tomorrow. And so I love that part of it too.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm definitely a morning person. So if you hear from me, well, you probably won't hear from me at 5 in the morning unless it's like I wake up first thing in the morning and it's something I forgot to do. I might message you, but usually I do my morning routine before I do my tasks for the day. So yeah, like or sometimes I will come home at 9 o'clock and start laundry because I do massage, so I have to start the sheets, and then I'll be like just laying down or just getting ready for bed, and I'm like, oh, I forgot to do that. And so I will sometimes message you late at night, and I know that you are a late person, so if you do get around to it, great. If not, then it's my fault for being so tardy with a task.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely hear you
Yeah.
on that one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. Well, what is the first thing that pops into your head that you're grateful for?
Sunshine. That's like the
Oh,
first thing. Yeah. I just like love being outside, and I'm grateful for like little moments throughout the day being able to like either go outside or even just like opening up the windows and seeing the sunshine. I just think it's like that's the first thing that popped into my head, sunshine. I don't know why, but
yeah,
maybe I'll go outside after this meeting again. I don't know. But yeah.
yeah. Well, I was thinking about that earlier today because we don't have sunshine today. And I was thinking yesterday we had sunshine. It felt really good, but today I feel like I need sunshine. And,
Yeah.
if I was in Florida or Arizona where the sun shines a little bit more than it does in Chicago, I could go outside and get a little sun and be recharged.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Like I definitely feel like recharged and like such a better mood anytime I do go outside and then like come back in. Like you still so energized afterwards.
Yes, yeah. And even though I live in Chicago and most days are cold, especially in the winter and spring and fall, I mean, sometimes our winter just drags on and on and on. But there are days where you go outside and it's not super cold and you feel that cold on your skin and you are walking from maybe your home to your car And then you get in the car and you're all like toasty warm. And then I can feel like the little tingle on my face from the cold still lingering. And it almost feels really refreshing.
Mhm.
So for me, I have to think of like the good side of the cold because I'm not a cold weather person, even though I live in Chicago. Um,
Yeah.
so every time I go out, I prepare myself or I have to think about like the good things about the cold weather.
Mhm.
And that's what gets me through the winter.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. It makes sense. It's like all about the money. Oh,
Oh, hello,
so that's my
kitty.
cat. She wants to be like featured.
Yeah,
Sorry. She's
that's
saying
funny.
hello. That's Anya.
Well, you did talk about her, so she was like,
I
"Hey,
did.
here I
Yeah,
am."
she's like, hey, you want to be featured?
That's funny.
I don't even remember what you were saying. I think, oh yeah, like sometimes it's about the mindset, like for when it comes to cold. Yeah,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So thank you so much for being here today. And I want people to be able to connect with you, Tina. So let us know the best way that people can find you.
Yeah, you can find me on my Instagram account. I'm on there the most. It's my tag on there is at the Wandering VA. And then Wandering is WANDERING, and then VA. I was a little sad. I had to like think about it, make sure I had all the letters.
Right?
And but yeah, that's where I'm on the most. And I mean, I have a website, but I'm more likely to get back to you on Instagram first.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely include your Instagram handle and I'll put your website in there too, just so people can check it out. But but yeah, definitely connect with Tina on Instagram and yeah, reach out to her, send her a message if you're looking for assistance on your social media or in your marketing. So again, thank you so much for being here with me, Tina, and I appreciate your time and we'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I really
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Okay.